Today we're going to talk about church attendance at Christmas. Hi, I'm Kenny Jang, and I want to share results of a recent research study that asked people across America, across the country, about church at Christmas time. Some revealing stats, we'll talk about them, and then there are 4 things that I think church leaders just like you should consider as you plan Christmas services this year. We've got a couple of weeks left leading up to Christmas in December, and here are a couple stats that I think you really need to pay attention to. First is 77% of people that attend Christmas services do so for the reason to honor Jesus. I was actually surprised by this because you would think that the secularization of the holiday, that people are just going through the motion, but here people still are looking at the church for meaning. So this is a call to action for all church leaders that, hey, don't go down that slippery path of just dumbing down Christmas services because you think it's not the committed Christian, it's the CEO Christian that's coming through your doors. No, these people are looking to the church for meaning. So they're looking for an authentic sermon, biblically based service. That's something that they want out of that experience, to honor Jesus. And in fact, only 9% attend church on Christmas to observe tradition of that, just the routine and things that they've known. They actually want to do something meaningful. And only 3% attend to get in the holiday spirit. So the people that are coming and attending your service are doing so for a significant reason. Make sure that you plan that experience so that they get that out of it. That increases their chances of returning the next Sunday, the next Sunday, next Sunday. Now, what's missing? Now, 30% of Americans typically do not go to church on Christmas, right? So that's almost 40% of the people in your community are not going to come to church on Christmas. But of that 40%, the 37%, what's interesting is that 57% of them are likely to attend if someone just invited them to church on Christmas. So of the 37% that's not coming to church, almost 60% of them, if they just had a personal invitation from someone they knew, they would consider coming to church on Christmas. That's a big wake-up call, and it's something I think that you need to share with your people so that it increases their confidence to take the risk and just asking, just sharing, just making it available, just commenting, just letting people know that you're going to church on Christmas, and if you wanted to come with me, I'd love for you to come, or I can give you some details. Now, instructing your people to invite people to church is great, and I know we all do it, and we do it over and over again like a broken record, and we feel like we don't get that much results. I think there's a big difference between instructing your people and equipping. That's the big lesson of the day here. Remember, there's a difference between instructing your congregation to invite a friend versus equipping them to actually go through with that activity. So my question is, have you thought of doing any of the following that we're going to talk about? 4 easy things which make it just a little bit easier on those who are in the position to invite that friend to church for your Christmas services this year. Ready? So the first one is update your homepage. Make sure that homepage has clear messaging that welcomes new visitors at Christmas time and provides details for them because they don't know what your church is about. They haven't been into your church yet. They haven't visited. So give them all the details that they need as a visitor on that homepage. Don't make them go searching across your site for it. I'm talking about list your service times. Nice, clear, upfront. Show them directions to your church. Have a Google Maps link to where your church is so that members, when they are inviting a friend, they can easily refer people to your site to look it up, to get the details with confidence. It makes their invitation process simpler if they know that everything in terms of all the details are already right there, cleanly presented on the homepage of your site. Number 2, print invitations. Give your people something like a conversation piece or a device that they can actually use to hand over to someone and talk about. One of the easiest ways to do that is use business cards. Take a quick print shop or Staples and go print up business card size stock, except don't make business cards. Make a mini ad. Look at it as a little tiny billboard because business cards are small, they're portable, they're non-intrusive, and most importantly, they're cheap to produce. It's something that you can test out this year, and quick printers turn them around really quickly. In fact, one of the places that I use, nextdayflyers.com, I believe, they'll do full color business cards, a set of 500 of them for, I believe, 12 or 13 bucks. So they're cheap. They help people share all the details again, kind of like on your website. They share the service times for Christmas, the location, the address, and you can point people back to your website for more information by putting your URL and your church name and logo. That's it. Make it nice, clean, simple. Don't go overboard. All you want is something that's a conversation piece that someone can hand over so that they can follow up and do the research and make the decision to come to your church on Christmas. Number 3, post a video message that shares what to expect on Christmas services. Do so on your website. Do so in your emails to your people so that they can forward it to other friends. Do so through social media. A video message that exposes what does your sanctuary look like? What does the inside of your church actually feel like? Those are things that will be helpful for people to make the decision to come to your church. Do it in a way that's short. We're talking about 30 seconds, 60 seconds at the max. A friendly, simple, 10,000 foot view invitation saying that, hey, you're the pastor of this church. We're having Christmas service this year. We'd love for you to join us at ABC Church here in town. And then just have the backdrop of the sanctuary, well lit, clean, friendly, so that people, again, are able to forward this video on to their friends and family, share that video messaging, and again, it really acts as a decision piece so that it removes one more barrier, one more obstacle in people's mind to come and visit your church. 4, lastly, run Facebook ads that target your congregation, the people who follow your Facebook page, and the category and their friends. So the followers and the friends, because that is leveraging the social networks, the people that your congregation members are connected to that are not coming to the church, right? That's reaching the 37% of town by showing ads to the people that come to your church and then their friends and family that are connected on Facebook. You do that so that in the next week or two before Christmas, those strangers, those people that have never attended your church before, might have a chance to have some brand impressions and explicitly put in their head the notion of potentially coming to church services for Christmas, even before they get invited in person by their friends and family. You got to remember that brands need 7 to 12 times to get in front of somebody before they make a consumer decision. And this situation is no different. They need multiple impressions before they'll come. People who will come for the first time on an impulse is going to be very, very few. So you want to help set up your people for success by getting in front of them and exposing your church and Christmas services, that idea, as many times as possible before your friends even bring it up. So those are 4 easy ways that you can help equip your people for inviting people to church versus just telling them and instructing them to go out and invite your friends. I'm Kenny Jang. This presentation is sponsored by Church Butler. Do me a favor, like this video, share a comment below, and let us know what you're doing to help increase church attendance at Christmas.